It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's our feel-good breakfast show, Expresso. We're live on SABC3. You see our cameraman stealing some biltong there, but anyway, that's for later on. For now, we're looking at health tips, and who better to give some expert advice than our vital health expert, Andrea. And when it comes to visiting your home, well, we need to make sure that we give you the best advice ever. In Centurion, she visits one of your homes to make sure that she gives the best advice of how to get our bodies back into shape.
It's estimated that 5 million South Africans have insulin resistance, a precursor to type 2 diabetes if left unmanaged. Andrea meets Neeta today to help her keep insulin resistance in check.
Thanks, Andrea, for having me. I hope you can advise me with regards to my insulin resistance. I'm really struggling with that.
Well, talking about insulin resistance, that's something quite serious. It could possibly lead to diabetes. So I think what we're looking at is not only your total dietary intake, but sugar can be a real culprit.
Yes, absolutely. But I have such a sweet tooth. How do I curb that?
Well, I think I can share some tips with you, and I can guarantee you we're going to ban sugar from your diet, and you're not even going to miss it. Yay! Shall we have a look at what's in your cupboard so we can see where we can improve?
Yes, let's go.
Well, just about everything I see in here contains sugar. I can see where you actually deal with your sweet cravings.
Guilty.
There's some biscuits, some white chocolate. There's definitely lots of tips I can share with you to improve here. And these sweetened cool drinks, they definitely have to go.
Well, apparently they only contain 7 teaspoons of sugar. I thought they're not so bad.
Actually, they contain 12 spoons of sugar,
Wow.
so they definitely have to go.
Okay.
So we know which of these foods you actually need to avoid, but I noticed some healthy options on your counter as well, so I know you're making a good start. So my first tip to you is less is more. Try and avoid sugars. The more we eat of them, the more we crave them, but also the less we use, the less sweet things we actually crave. They've shown you can tweak your sweet taste sensation by using less sugar and cutting out all those sugary foods. And I'd like to say fruit is your friend. This is really going to help you.
But Andrea, I thought that most food contains high sugar. How do I know what the right options are?
Well, a good example of a low GI fruit is an apple. So my tip to you is eat this an hour before you get that sweet craving. So for example, if you normally crave something sweet 3 o'clock, have a fruit at 2 o'clock, because that will help neutralize or normalize your blood sugar levels and prevent that peak and dip in your blood sugar levels that spike the cravings actually. I also see some nuts here. Now, almonds are fantastic for weight loss. Research has shown small portions, like a small handful of almonds, can really help because it's low GI and quite filling. We also have the Vital Low GI Muesli. I'd like you to try this for breakfast because low GI or low glycemic index foods also help to normalize one's blood sugar levels and keep your appetite in control. So this as a breakfast or even as a snack would really help you throughout the day. And there's one more thing I'd like to show you. This green tea, you'll see it's the fruit infusion green tea, also helps because the fruit infusion flavor is sweet and aromatic, but there's no sugar in there. So it's also a way of helping to reduce those sweet cravings. And green tea really works to help with weight loss. In summer, you could make some iced green tea. So you cool down the green tea that you've made. And I see you've got ginger here. Some fresh ginger slices is delicious in that. Another very important tip to help curb sweet cravings is to stay well hydrated. So to drink 6 to 8 glasses of water per day is important. They say the first sign of dehydration actually is a craving for sweet things, because in nature you would have wanted maybe to snack on a fresh fruit. So make sure to drink water every day.
Andrea, my question to you is regarding my sweet tooth again. How often can I have some cupcakes or any sweet indulgences?
Unfortunately not. You know, cupcakes are loaded with sugar. So it's one of those pleasures that I have to say that you've got to try and cut out, because all the hard work you're doing with exercise and with eating right, you can negate quickly with a cupcake.
So Andrea, I love a little bit of honey now and again. Is that okay to have for me, and how much?
Honey is sometimes regarded as a better option, but most commercial honeys are actually high glycemic index as sugar is. So I would try and avoid it, but if you use it in moderation. And that gets back to the point that I made before about less is more. The less sugar and sweet things we use, the less we'll crave it. And I promise you, after a while, you won't even miss it.
By following Andrea's advice, adding a little protein, staying hydrated, and substituting with fruit, you can avoid becoming a statistic and still ensure you have a sweet but healthy life.
Make abuse a thing of the past. Nominate an organization that fights abuse so they can win 35,000 Rand from the Vital Awards.